Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys CeeDee Lamb makes final decision on workouts amid contract strife. The Cowboys will begin voluntary off-season workouts today, April 15th, but they are doing so with an especially notable absence. Star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb is staying away as he awaits a new contract extension from the team. ESPN's Adam Schefter first reported on Monday morning that Lamb was not expected to be on hand for the workouts. He wrote on Twitter/X, Cowboys CeeDee Lamb isn't expected to attend the start of Dallas' voluntary off-season program Monday, while he awaits a new contract to replace the one scheduled to pay him a fully guaranteed $17.199 million for his upcoming fifth-year option season. Beat writer Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News followed up on that by confirming that Lamb is, in fact, not on hand for the workouts. He wrote on Twitter/X, CeeDee Lamb is not participating in the Cowboys' off-season program. Per a source with knowledge of the negotiations or lack thereof on a contract extension, why would he? Contracts have been the name of the game for the Cowboys this offseason, as the team has done precious little to improve its roster, instead bracing for the upcoming payments to keep Lamb in place, along with edge rusher Micah Parsons and quarterback Dak Prescott. All are going to need big money deals. If the Cowboys make no move on Prescott, he will carry an incredible cap hit of $55 million for the season. Parsons is signed for $3 million this year, and has a fifth-year option in 2025 at $21.4 million. The urgency is less palpable there, but the Cowboys need to give him a new deal. Of the three contracts, Lamb might be the trickiest. As Schefter referenced, he is signed for $18 million in 2024, the amount of his fifth-year option. But he does not want to play under that contract. He wants a big new deal, now. The problem is, he wants to top the per-year average of Dolphins receiver Tyreek Hill, who earns $30 million per year. The Cowboys are going to do what they can to avoid going that high to keep Lamb, but that opens the way for a potentially ugly situation to develop. We're a long way from it. Missing voluntary workouts is not that big of a deal because they are, after all, voluntary, but there has been little progress reported on a contract for Lamb, or for Prescott for that matter. If the situation continues that way, Prescott would be fine playing out his contract at $55 million. But Lamb would not. Any issue between him and the team now threatens to linger into the season, and could lead to a holdout. Dallas Morning News beat writer Michael Gelkin reported earlier in the month that it would be a surprise if Lamb showed up at the Star for any team activities, even the organized team activities, which are not voluntary and begin on May 24th, until he has a new contract in hand. Lamb's projected value is north of the record $30 million per year Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill earns. He'll sign that contract in 2022. The league's salary cap has since increased 22.7%, Gelkin wrote. In short, $17.99 million does not cover it. Lamb and Hill were Associated Press first-team All-Pro selections in 2023. Lamb is an elite player on the cusp of market-resetting compensation. Participating in the spring under a rookie contract team option is not what elite players do. Cowboys news: CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons are no-shows at start of Cowboys off-season program. Not entirely unexpected for either player. Dallas Cowboys receiver CeeDee Lamb and edge rusher Micah Parsons were not present for the start of the team's voluntary off-season program on Monday. Lamb is hoping to parlay a record-setting season in 2023 into a long-term contract extension. He is set to make a $17.99 million in 2024 on the fifth-year team option of his rookie deal. Lamb could get up to $30 million annually on a contract extension. His boycott of the off-season program is part of his negotiating strategy. Per a source with knowledge of the negotiations, why would he participate? The off-season program is voluntary. Parsons did not participate in the team's voluntary off-season program last season, choosing to work out on his own. He showed up for OTAs and minicamp. Parsons' absence could be similar to last season, rather than leverage for a contract extension. No reason to worry about Parsons. A person close to the hybrid defensive end told the Dallas Morning News that Parsons is focused on a personalized training program outside the facility while determined to prepare himself for the 2024 season in the manner he considers optimal. The same thinking saw Parsons be absent at this stage of the 2023 offseason. He entered training camp in excellent physical condition and effectively wrecked practice in Oxnard, California. In other words, no one in the Cowboys building has reason to question how Parsons is working away from the club. Player attendance during a workout program that, until a June 4 to 6 minicamp, isn't mandatory is generally not notable. Cowboys predicted to add exciting RB as Tony Pollard replacement. The Dallas Cowboys have yet to add an RB after the departure of Tony Pollard, but they are being linked to a versatile talent. While Rico Dowdle has re-signed with the team, the Cowboys are still lacking at the position heading into the NFL draft. Correspondingly, Blogging the Boys' Matthew Holleran is projecting Dallas to add Tyrone Tracy in the 4th round of this year's draft. The 24-year-old is one of the older prospects in the draft, but he possesses some very intriguing traits. The former Boilermaker had the 4th highest athleticism score, via NFL.com, of any running back in the draft. Tracy started his career at Purdue playing wide receiver and only played running back during his last 2 seasons, Holleran wrote on April 15. Tracy is a unique prospect due to his age and lack of experience at the RB position. However, he is clearly an NFL-quality athlete and there is plenty of reason to think he could make the step up. From the Cowboys' perspective, Tracy could come in and compete with Dowdle for reps. That's not a duo with a lot of experience, but Dallas would have 2 RBs with distinct differences. With 6 seasons of college ball under his belt, Tracy is entering the NFL a good bit older than your average prospect. He played 4 years at Iowa before, but wasn't much of a factor as a wide receiver. After the 2021 season, Tracy transferred from Iowa to Purdue. However, he didn't immediately take off with the Boilermakers. Tracy totaled just 336 yards from scrimmage and scored 0 touchdowns in 2022, according to Sports Reference. Things changed for Tracy once he committed to playing as an RB. In 2023, Tracy totaled 848 yards from scrimmage and scored 8 TDs. Those numbers aren't otherworldly, but they clearly showed that he is effective as an RB. NFL.com's Lance Zierlein broke down Tracy in a draft profile and is optimistic about his chances to transition to the NFL. While he's still honing his skills as a runner, his ability to handle gadget runs and threaten linebackers out of the backfield could get him on the field early on, Zierlein wrote. Tracy will be an older rookie, but his versatility and burgeoning talent as a complementary runner should open evaluators' eyes to what he could become as a pro. The Cowboys will roll into the 2024 season with Dak Prescott, but his future beyond that is murky. Dallas does have a young, developing QB in Trey Lance, but ESPN reporter Adam Schefter believes they could still add a QB in the 2024 NFL Draft. What are they going to do at quarterback if they lose Dak? Schefter said on NFL Live on April 9. That's interesting. And that's why I think the Dallas Cowboys just might be a sleeper team in the quarterback market in the NFL Draft. Schefter goes on to explain that the Cowboys need to develop Prescott's successor and mentions that Prescott himself was a 4th-round pick. Whether or not Dallas moves on from Prescott, it's important to prepare for either outcome. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation of Tyrone Tracy? Leave your opinion in the comments.